Okay, welcome to Germany, turn 7. They have 52 IPCs to spend. They're going to be buying 2 submarines for 12, a fighter for 10, 3 artillery for 12, and 6 men for 18. If I've done the math right on that, that should add up to 52. They will be declaring some attacks, obviously. First off, way down in Africa there, they're going to do a walk-in in French Central Africa. Down in the Russia region, the 2 tanks from Baltic states and the infantry from Belarus are going to be going into Smolensk. And then, of course, all of the tanks and the infantry from Bryansk are going into Moscow, along with 4 infantry that are being paradropped from Belarus, and the fighter and the tactical bomber from Belarus as well. That's all the attacks. I should mention that the submarine that's in C-Zone 109 will be leaving there in non-combat. It will not be participating in a combat. Let's get started rolling some dice. Okay, battle for Smolensk. Germany's coming in with an infantry and 2 heavy tanks. No brainer, both tanks hit. And the Russian unit missed, so Germany takes the territory with no casualties. Okay, this is the final attack on Moscow. We hope, anyway. Alright, 4 paratroopers, 3 ground troops, 1 fighter, 1 TAC bomber, and 14 heavy tanks, going up against 3 anti-aircraft artillery, but they get 4 shots at the planes. You have 8 infantry, 5 artillery, 2 tanks, 1 tactical bomber, and 4 fighters. This might be close, actually. So first we have to roll the planes, the anti-aircraft on the planes. And they missed with all 4 shots, so that's good news for the Germans. Okay, so 3 ground troops, 4 paratroops, 1 fighter, 1 TAC bomber, and 14 heavy tanks. Three, 6, 9. Okay, so that's the 3 anti-aircraft, and that's 6 infantry. Not a great start, I don't think. Could have been better, I guess. Alright, we'll see how much damage the Russians can do. Alright, 8 infantry, 5 artillery, 2 tanks, 1 TAC bomber, and 4 fighters. 1, 2, 4, 6. And that takes out 1, 2, all but 1 of the infantry. So what's left here? 2, 5, and then all the higher colored dice. So all these go over here. What do we lose here? We lose 6 whites. 4, 6, and all of these roll again. It's close. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's 1 fighter left. Didn't get everybody, so that's all but 1 fighter. So all of these chips, but they still get to roll their defense. Probably are going to get into the tanks here. So here's the defense. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. Okay. 1, 6 tanks. 6 tanks. Okay, so we take out that, and 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we roll that, and all that's left over here is 1 fighter die. Okay, so more than enough. We only needed 1. Miss, and Moscow falls with a lot of tanks and all the planes left. So yeah, that's USSR pretty much done. Okay, non-combat for Germany. The fleet in Sea Zone 91 is moving up to 112. The sub from 109 is going to move to 112. And we have some action here. The 4 infantry and 1 artillery are going to move forward into Poland. The 3 tanks from Germany are going to be railed 1, 2, 3 into Bulgaria. The infantry from Yugoslavia is going to move into Bulgaria as well. Over here, the anti-aircraft artillery in Belarus is going to move to Baltic states. The other one is going to move to Smolensk. And the infantry from Baltic states is going to move up to Belarus. The two air transports are going to move to Poland, and the fighter and tactical bomber are going to land in western Ukraine. I think while we're at it, actually, we'll move the AA gun into western Ukraine as well, just for a little bit of protection. I think that's all the movement. So I'll tidy this up and we'll be back with placement and money. Okay, placement of new units. The 2 submarines are going to go in Sea Zone 112. So that's 2. The fighter's going to go in Sea Zone 112, so they have a full scramble, so that's 3. 4 infantry makes it 7, and 3 artillery makes it 10. And that's max. The last 2 artillery are going to be placed in Normandy, Bordeaux. And we do need to change the income tracker, because the French are going to go down 1 for French Central Africa, and then the Russians are going to go down 4 for Smolensk and for Moscow. And obviously the Trans-Siberian Railway is now damaged, at least in the Moscow end. Okay, so if we go to the income tracker, that's +5 for the Germans, so 42 to 47. It's down 4 for the Russians to 29, although they're not collecting any income, and it's down 1 for the French from 4 to 3. Income, a base income of 47. They're going to get the 44 IPCs that were in the Russian coffer, and they have 2 national objectives. They do have 5 submarines on the map, and they currently control Moscow. So they're going to be getting 47, 67, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 101 IPCs to spend on the next turn. So that will be pretty good. Okay, let's do disposition of forces. 2 submarines in Sea Zone 126. Sea Zone 112 has 3 submarines, a destroyer, a cruiser, a battleship, a fully loaded carrier with a fighter and attack bomber, and 3 transports. Western Germany has 2 fighters and a tactical bomber, a anti-aircraft gun, 3 artillery, and 5 infantry. Normandy Bordeaux has 2 infantry. Southern France has an infantry. Gibraltar has 2 infantry and an anti-aircraft. Northern Italy has an artillery. Poland has 4 infantry, 1 artillery, and 2 air transports. Baltic states has an artillery and an anti-aircraft. Belarus has an infantry. Smolensk has 2 tanks, an artillery, and an infantry. Moscow has, let's just count, 3, 6, 10 tanks. What else do we have? Oh, Bulgaria has 3 tanks and an infantry. And, oh, way down there in French Central Africa, there is a mechanized infantry. And I think that is all the German units on the board. So, Russia's up next. They do have a few forces left, but I think they're just going to be basically a spoiler at this point to try and take away a little bit of territory here and a little bit of territory there. Okay, we'll see what happens next turn.